All right, so let's talk about the number one thing that we can do to make sure that we don't end up being slaves to our business. So why is this important? As we start growing our business, invariably we start finding that we have less time. Less time to do the things that we want to do. Most of us start this business either to have more time or to make more money, but as the business grows, we find ourselves having less and less and less time. Why? Whether it's because we need more time to fulfill our clients' orders, whether it's more time, to train our customers if we're selling a service or a training. Invariably, as our business grows, we end up having less and less time. So there's one thing that we can do from the beginning to make sure that this doesn't happen. So here's the situation more or less. Let's suppose that we sell a service, that our product is a training. As each client buys from us, the hours that we have available to train them grow less and less and less. Let's say we spend 8 hours training somebody. If one person buys, we have 8 hours invested in that person. If another person buys, we have another 8 hours. If another person buys, another 8 hours. If 100 people buy, we find ourselves in a situation where we don't have enough hours in the day to be able to train them. So our success works against what we wanted, which is to have more time and more clients and to be able to serve more people. If we sell products, as more orders start coming in, there's a lot of things that we need to do in order to fulfill those orders. We need to make sure that customer service is right. We need to make sure that shipping times are okay, that quality is fine. And as more and more orders start coming in, we find ourselves having less and less time to take care of the important things because our business cannot run without happy customers. So what can we do? Since the beginning, when we start noticing the things that you do repetitively. Start documenting your processes. That is the key here, to document our processes. What do I mean by that? As we go along, each day we do the same things over and over and over again. Whether it is, training somebody, having them, come on board, whether it is fulfilling an order, we do the same kinds of things over and over and over again. The first thing that we need to do is start documenting those processes. And what I mean by documenting is very specifically documenting the step-by-step of the process that you do. For example, an order comes in. Let's say you're selling a product. So make a list. Actually take out a piece of paper and make a list. Okay, the order was made. What do I do next? Step 1, make sure that the payment went through. Step 2, look if I have inventory. I don't know, I'm just making this up. It might be different for your store, it might be different for somebody else, but make sure that the inventory is there. 3, contact the supplier. If you're in drop shipping, contact the supplier to see if they have the product. 4, send the customer details to the drop shipper to fulfill the order. Step 5, and so on and so on and so on. You'll end up with a list of 10, 15 steps that you do over and over and over and over again. This is good for 2 reasons. The first one is each time you do a repetitive action, you can have a checklist of things to do to make sure that you're not forgetting any of them. And the second one is, and here's where all of this effort is going to pay out, is when you start to grow, you're going to be able to use these documents, these processes, to delegate to your team. So for example, in my business, we have a team of people that do certain things for us that allow me the time to do the important things for us. Everything that we do is very important. I mean, they're fulfilling orders, they're making sure that our customers are happy, they're making sure that the trainings are getting done, they're making sure that nobody goes without any help if they need it. But those processes are already documented and they know the script to follow and the steps to follow so that I have time for the bigger things, for videos like this, for coming up with new ways of training our students, for coming up with new ways and being aware in the market of what's going on to be able to share with our students, to find new products that I want to sell in my stores, etc., etc. So the number one thing that you can do in order not to become a slave to your business as you grow is document your processes and use those documents to be able to delegate as you are creating your teams and you're growing up. So again, it's really easy. If you really think about it, everything and anything in your life is a process. Think about your day. Your alarm sounds. You wake up. I am 99% positive that you wake up to the same side of the bed every day, that you even put the same foot into the ground every day, that you get up and you do the same thing every day, whether it is to go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, wake up your partner, whatever it is. Make a list of the process of your day up until you get to breakfast, and you're gonna see that it's the same process every day. If you were to delegate that, you would tell somebody, okay, wake me up, put me to this side, take me to the bathroom, do this, and that. It's the same idea with our business. What are the processes that you're doing over and over and over again that could be documented in a document, in a script, in a manual, that anybody could do it? And the way to test this is, once you have the process documented, give it to anybody. Any member of your family, your kids, your spouse, your partner, and have them run through the process without you telling them what to do next. If they are able to do the process without having to come back to you for a question, then the process was documented well. What do I mean by that? Let's say it's fulfilling orders. If you have your document for order fulfillment done and ready and organized, you should be able to give it to anybody once an order comes in, and that order must be able to be fulfilled. If in case it doesn't, and the person has to come back to you with a question, that'll give you an idea that that is an extra step that you have to place in your document, in your manual, so that the next time that happens, they won't have that question. So there you go. That is the number one key to making sure that as you grow, you won't become a slave to the business because your business is being successful. Document your processes, document your steps, and make sure that you can delegate that, to anybody or anybody in your team as you grow along. All right, so I hope this brought you value, and we'll keep churning these out to help you out, and I'll see you in the next one.